Hi, I'm Sophia Baker, and this is my video blog for the Global Learning Project Interaction number 2. For this interaction, I took my partner Lee hiking on a patch of forest near campus because hiking is a part of my culture as a camp counselor and a person from Western Michigan. We're heavily involved in hiking in nature, so I took her out there to enjoy nature and talk and hang out. Before and at the beginning of our interaction, I was very nervous and a little bit awkward because I had never taken someone from a culture so different from mine out into nature and hiking to help experience my part of my culture. Even though I was nervous and a bit awkward at the beginning, I was really excited to go outdoors because I haven't been able to go outside a lot with all my schoolwork, and I was excited to show someone else that as well. My main concerns were that she wouldn't enjoy going hiking and that she would think that the part of my culture and something I value is very important is rather trivial and not important, and I was worried about defending my own culture. I was also concerned she might resent me for taking her out in the cold. As Lee and I hiked, things got more comfortable and less awkward. We began talking more in depth and more fluidly. I think this is because it was our second time meeting, and so we were over the first awkward hump, but we were still fairly new to each other, which caused awkwardness at the beginning. Over time, I also grew less worried about being defensive and worried about defending my own culture and hiking itself because she seemed to be okay with it and to realize that was an important thing to me, especially after I explained it to her more and how important nature was to me, my job, and my peers and fellow people of the Midwest Michigan. Lee, as we hiked, became more open and more comfortable and got more comfortable and accepting with the idea and event of hiking, especially once I started explaining why it was so important to me, the connections I've had with nature and other people in nature, and what a positive experience being out in nature has been for me. A small insight I figured out is that because nature was more surrounding me and more prevalent in my home environment, in my community, I learned to have a greater appreciation value upon nature, while Lee grew up more in a city, and she did not have that same experience with nature and therefore does not value it quite as much as I do. Something that I learned about myself and also confirmed that I already knew about myself is that I like to teach and show people things. I like to take people into situations or teach them things where I know more and teach them to appreciate and learn how to do it. Overall, I think as Lee and I got more comfortable with each other, I realized that it's not the uncomfortability that started with us wasn't from our different cultures, but like a lack of exposure to each other's cultures and to ourselves as individuals, as me to her and her to me, and that this cultural barrier, this barrier preventing us from connecting with other people, is largely due to a lack of knowledge and exposure, and by exposing ourselves to other types of people, we can learn and become closer with them. And that was my Global Learning Project Interaction number 2. Thank you so much.